Welcome to another Hobo Talks. On this one, we're going to do a portfolio review. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and there's been a lot of changes in my portfolio and in the market really since I've done one of these. But the important thing is, we're still making over $1,000 a month. And I'm going to show you how I'm doing that and how you could potentially do the same. Not financial advice, it's just what I'm doing. Now, one of the last major updates I gave was changing out Misty for Ulti. It's not so much that I didn't believe in Misty anymore. I felt like Ulti was the safer bet. And after they did their kind of reconstruction to the fund and stopped free falling like a falling knife, I really believed in them. So far, as you can see, we're down about 9%. But with the dividends we've been getting, I'm okay with that. So the top five holdings I have currently is Ulti at 3,000 shares, 3,157 to be more exact. SoFi, we have 300 shares, XDTE, 130 shares, and Big Bear, 1,100 shares. I also put a little bit bigger position in there for Super Micro Computers. I watch a lot of the Bowtie Nation, and he's always ranting and raving about Super Micro blowing up at some point. So I wanted to try to put some type of position in here. And then what used to be, I believe, my third biggest position is Broadcom. Only have 5 shares currently, but I want to maybe add to that. And then kind of rounding this out, I got JetQ. JetQ is really what I want it to be my main position. And at some point, I may go back to that. I may want to push it back up to the top and just have it kind of being a safe area where I'm getting dividends from something that I really, really trust. I trust it more than some of these ones that are higher than it. But I'm in a position right now that I really want income. I want income to make more better decisions in my life and to provide for my family. Eggs are like $300 nowadays, you know? All right, so this is the part that most people really like. This is what they like to see. Like, if you spend all this money, like, what does it really get you? So let's start up top. The biggest thing in my position is Ulti. I have 3,157 shares, 0.227. And this is showing an estimated number of $23,000 currently. This isn't exactly true. This is like a trailing 12 months, and it's also including some of the months before they changed the position. So, in order to get this number, I came over here to Dividend Calculator on MarketBeat. Cool little tool. You can put in some information here, or you can just skip straight down to putting things in. So, all right, so I've come over to the dividend calculator on Market Beast. Cool little tool. You can go ahead and put in the income strategy. Like in this case, you can just put in OT. It's going to pull in a lot of this information. Sometimes you have to update it to kind of be what you want. So, for example, here I think it had 129. I swapped that to about 60% because it's also including some of their dividends before they changed the fund. And quite honestly, it was paying out more before, but you were also losing a lot more, and that was causing the free fall. I prefer it to be a stable price and then give me consistent income versus paying out a whole bunch of money and me watching it fall on the other side. So I put in some basic information, how many shares I had. I turned on drip and I just put it on a simple 5 years. A lot of people like to put these out for 20 and 30 years, but most people want to know, what is my money going to look like now? I think this is kind of important to see here. So, with the 3,000 shares, when it's all said and done, you're getting about 508 a share throughout the year. After your drip, your total value goes up to about $33,000. And if you look here, then it goes up to 57. So you're gaining about 20 grand. Here it goes up to 94. So you're gaining about 40 grand. You can see how it's really snowballing. You're getting more and more and more every year. But most importantly, at least this is the way I kind of like to look at it, you're probably getting about 16 grand in dividends based on your 3,000 shares. So this shows 23,000 here, but I think it should actually be closer to 16 grand. So we'll keep that in mind. XDTE is the next one up. I happen to have 130 shares. It's paying out close to 30% over a year, 21 cents a month, because this is a monthly payer. That's $1,726. This one seems pretty stable for me. NVDY is one of the brothers or sister companies to Ulti. I happen to have 64 shares in here. It's paying out 81% over the year, at least as it currently is, and it's paying out 83 cents a month. Now, as good as this is, this used to be my high payer once upon a time, but this price was also around $27. And watching it kind of fall is one of those things that scared me and had me go into Misty, which eventually I jumped into Ulti. It's one thing about these yield max funds. They seem to, some of the really good ones only seem to be able to kind of hold their place for so long. And if the market goes down or the underlying stock starts to struggle, so do they. Now, I have NVIDIA in here a second time. So you can see here, I'm just shy of 100 shares. One was bought with cash and one was bought with margin. So that's why it's in here twice. But I would like to get this up to 100 shares in the near future. This TMGI is a glitch. They haven't paid out a dividend. And if you look at the price is like a penny and a half, and it thinks that it's paying out 13 cents. That doesn't make sense. I'm not sure why this is here, but just ignore that. Then we got JEPQ here. JEPQ, like I said, is one of my favorites. It's a very stable, normal stock. It's a great way to get dividends. I have 28 shares, $1,565, and they're paying out 44 cents each. So that's $175. So all that being said, if you look at this, I got this one that's actually doing about 16 grand. You can look at this, that's about 18 grand, 19 grand, 20 grand. So overall throughout the year, even though this shows 27 down here, I believe I still can get about 20 grand in dividends over this. So let's go ahead and throw that into a calculator. $20,000 divided by 12. It's $1,667 a month, approximately. And you really just can't be mad at that. Even if just to kind of get the some of the basic math in there, you can just look at something like Ulti. Like I said earlier, it's paying out about 10 cents. Look at this. 9.4. So heck, you can even go at 9 cents if you want, just for the calculations. So you do 9 cents times 4, it's 4 weeks in a month, times the shares, 3157.227. $1,136. And then you can add in all these other ones. And you really see here that you have a good portfolio mix that allows you to get at least $1,000 a month for quite a long time. Even if these decay over time, you still have some buffer room. That's gonna $1,000. Just $1,000 can pay off a lot of bills. And if you want to put that $1,000 into one of the other more solid stocks, you can even do that. Anyway, in case you didn't know, I's a hobo. Thanks for watching.